Shalom, family, shalom. You know, I'm back with the video, and I supposed to drop it sooner, but I ain't had time, so I got time up. My phone finna die, so I'm gonna try to get through this through the spirit. But it's really this topic really about if they're a chosen people, because a lot of people don't know that there's a chosen people, and some people do know there's a chosen people, but they're not gonna speak on it. But according to the Bible, it's a chosen people that the Most High chose to be His people. You know, it's the people that He chose. Not everybody. He didn't choose everybody to be His people. It's his one nation that He chose to be His people, which are the Israelites, the blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans of Negro and Indian descent. Those are His people. He chose. And how do we know that? Because if you go to the curses of Deuteronomy 28, it's only a certain group, only certain people fit these curses. And the reason why we have a curse on us to this day is because we didn't keep the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, the Most High gave us a choice. He gave us a choice to keep the commandments. We'd be high above all nations. You know, we'd be ruling, and the other nations would be our slaves. But we broke the commandments. So He put a curse on us. That's why we had to go through slavery. You know, that's why we're getting shut down. That's why we get shot down by police. That's why we live in the ghetto. That's why we have to work and serve our enemies, because we disobeyed the commandments. And a lot of people say, "Oh, well, that was back in Bible time," but we still living in Bible time to this day. We still in Bible time to this day. These curses are still on us to this day. They haven't gone nowhere. You know what I'm saying? World War III is coming. Famine is coming. You know, all this stuff is coming to America. Babylon the Great is America. In Revelations, Babylon is America. And all this stuff going to come to America. America will be destroyed according to the Bible. So we have to repent and keep these commandments. But the curses of Deuteronomy 28 tell you who the people of the Bible are. That's how we know who the Israelites are, from these curses. And I'm just going to read like 2 or 3 of them, but it's a lot of them. You can go read Deuteronomy 28, the King James Version. You know, the King James Version. Hold on, a lot of people think that King James was white and a homosexual. He was not white or a homosexual. He was a black man. King James was a so-called black man. And when I say so-called because we're not really black. I'm not the color of my shirt black. You know what I'm saying? That's just a term. That's a byword. And I'm finna get to that curse. That's a curse. We call ourselves black. That's a byword. But King James was a black man. You go deep into your research, you'll see he was a black man. He was not a homosexual. They just put that on him to try to shame his name. He was not white or homosexual. All right, so Deuteronomy 28 and 37 says, "And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, where the Lord shall lead thee." See, He just said we'll become a byword. A byword is a name that's really not your name, but people associated with you. Like, you know, they call it black. You know, when they talk about a black person, they talk about us. You know, but we really not black. They call us African American, which is named after 2 white men, Leo Scipio Africano and Amerigo Vespucci. You can go look them up on the internet. Those were the people that conquered those lands and named it after themselves. So how can you be African American? And they call Mexicans wetbacks. You know what I'm saying? Every person that fit these curses is a byword. It's a name that people call them that are not theirs, and that are not in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Those names are not in the Bible. So how can we be African American? How can we be wetbacks? Those are bywords that were put on us because we didn't keep the commandments and laws, statutes that the Most High gave to us through Moses. We didn't keep them. We was out here worshiping other gods. You know, we was committing idolatry, and we out here killing each other. Stuff that we doing now is nothing new under the sun. We out here killing each other right now. And that's why this curse was put on us, because we out here doing wickedness, and He gave us curses. He told us, but we didn't listen. So I'm finna read like 2 more and show you that these curses to us. Let me see. All right, Deuteronomy 28:43. "The stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low." That's Deuteronomy 28:43. And it says, when the stranger shall get above you very high, that means that the people that were below you in back then gonna get above you high. And we low. What we living at? Most of our people are living in the ghetto, in the hoods. You go to California, these big places, most of our people live in the hood. Most of our people sleeping on the ground, poor. You know what I'm saying? Cause we got low, we became low, and our enemies became high. You know what I'm saying? Who own all these companies? Who own all these businesses that's above us? Who live in these mansions? Your enemies, these other nations. You know what I'm saying? They living above us. They living lavish while we living low as a people because we broke the commandments. So all right, no, I'm moving through this video. I might read like 3 or 4 of them. Deuteronomy 28 and 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother and toward the wife of his children, which he shall leave. Come on now, who that curse fit? That curse don't fit everybody, every nation.
Hi, may I take your order, please?
Let me have a double burger, some fries.
What the fuck I said with cheese, nigga?
Hey, yo, make that double burger with cheese.
See, y'all made me shoot your stupid ass over nothing.
Hey, come on, man, we supposed to be brothers.
Oh, what, you trying to get smart? Nigga, are you trying to kick some knowledge? Nigga, fuck that, nigga. Give me your motherfucking jury, nigga.
8-8 for life, homie. What up, 9-5?
Get up off. What up, bitch? You be dead for that, nigga. You a bluff. You ain't got nothing.
Don't let me catch you in the street. I got this.
I know that. Take that,
What the fuck you doing here? So, you wanna fuck with my family? Fuck with me then.
What do you want to do then, huh? We do this right here.
What's up, Nacho? We ain't kids no more.
Hey, Nacho, I got your package.
What the fuck? Don't do that.
Hey, man, what's wrong with you?
Fuck you looking at, nigga?
I'm still trying to find out, nigga. Hold on. Oh, we got a problem here? We got a problem here? We got a problem, nigga?
Oh, what up with this?
Gun away, nigga.
Come on now, who that curse fit? Blacks and Hispanics. When he say so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother. Don't that sound like black on black crime? Don't it sound like black on black crime when you killing your brother? In California, I know a homeboy, Israelite, my brother in California. He tell us how the Mexicans and blacks have an evil eye towards each other. They don't know that they brothers. They have an evil eye towards each other. They different hoods. They shooting at each other because they from different hoods. And we in the same hood. We in the same condition, and we killing each other. Same condition. And it says, and towards the wife of his children, which he shall leave. Ain't it black and Hispanics? The man, most of the, and I'm not talking about all of them, but majority of our people, it's only the woman raising the children for herself, by herself. The man's gone, he left. It's barely a man in the house out of the nation. Some of us have fathers, but as a nation, it's more of us without fathers than it is with fathers, because it's a curse. It's a curse because when they keep the commandments. The Most High put a curse on us, on His people, for not keeping the commandments. This curse is not on everybody. It's only on the Israelites because we didn't keep the commandment. All right. And Deuteronomy 28 and 41 says, "Thou shalt begot sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they will go into captivity." What that sound like? That sound like slavery. This is slavery. Who owns people that went into slavery? Blacks and Hispanics. Everybody didn't go into captivity. Everybody did not go into captivity. Like I said, these curses are just for the Israelites. This is how we know who the Israelites are. All right, so Deuteronomy 28 and 64. "And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one ends of the earth and unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods which neither thy nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone." This Deuteronomy 28 and 64. Okay, when they say this is scattered among all people, black people all around the four corners of the earth. You got Israelites waking up all around the four corners of the earth. So we everywhere. Slavery took us everywhere. All of us didn't come to America. All of us, when we went to captivity, we didn't come to Babylon. We went different places. We went different places, and that's how the Hispanics and stuff speak Spanish, because they were took to Spain, and the Spaniards put that language into them just like they whoop English into us. You know what I'm saying? So we went different places. We got some of us in London, all the way across the four corners of the earth. So this occurs. This fit us as well. And they said we should serve other gods with neither do not Father and Father have known, even woods and stones. We out here worshiping a white Jesus. So that's what he's talking about. Idolatry. We out here worshiping white Jesus. That's not how our God look. That's not how God look. We out here worshiping him. We worshiping the white Jesus, my boy. We worshiping the white Jesus. And clearly the Bible says, I'm finna get that scripture out. I gotta get that scripture out. Cause a lot of people don't know how he look. A lot of people see that image and think that's really how Jesus look. Which his real name is Yahweh because the letter J wasn't in the Hebrew alphabet back then. It came back in 1600s. So how can his name be Jesus? I'm just saying it's Jesus so people understand who I'm talking about. But his real name is Yahweh. But I'm finna get this verse and show you how he looked. Cause the Bible, a lot of people would say it. A lot of people would say they don't say it in the Bible. A lot of people would say it don't say it. A lot of people say it wouldn't matter. But if it didn't matter how he looked or if color didn't matter, why would he put it in the Bible? So basically, what you're saying is, just because he's saying in the Bible, it don't matter. But if it's in the Bible, he would never said it if it didn't matter. So Revelation 1. This is describing Jesus Christ. Revelation 1:14 and 1:15. His head and his hairs was white like wool. Who in the nation had woolly hair? Who only people in the nation only people in the world that got woolly hair? Who only people in the world that got woolly hair? So-called Negroes. And it says his eyes were like blazing fire. His eyes was red. Hold up, first I gotta cut it. That image that you see of so-called of Jesus, do he have white woolly hair? No, he do not have white woolly hair. And it said his eyes were like blazing fire. His eyes were like blazing fire. His eyes was red because he drank a lot of wine. Cause he was, I would too. He trying to judge all the nations of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep them straight. Yes, I would be that he was stressed. The Most High, Jesus was stressed. So he had drunk wine. His eyes became red. You know when you drink wine, your eyes turn red. That's why his eyes were like blazing fire. In Revelation 1:15, his feet like unto fine brass. What color is brass? Brass like the color of a penny. It was brown, as if they burnt in a furnace. So if you burn anything, what color does it turn? It turns dark. So he was dark skinned. And it says, and a lot of people would say, hold up. And a lot of people say that was only his feet. It don't say his whole body. That's only his feet. But ain't the color of your feet the color of your whole body? Yes. So the color of his feet the same color of his body. So that don't make sense when people just say, oh, that's only his feet. That don't make sense because the color of your feet is the same color of your whole body. And it says, and his voice as a sign of many waters. You know how a lot of blacks and Hispanics have deep voices. You know what I'm saying? You be like, they loud. People be like, dang, why y'all talk so loud? Use y'all inside voices. Cause we get it from him. He talked real loud. He had a deep voice. And hold up, Salah. Yeah, so that's describing Jesus. He would be a so-called Negro if you see him walking on earth today. You would see him as a so-called Negro. So let me get back to I'm gonna read one more. I'm gonna read one more of these curses, and I'm gonna show you who are the chosen people. So now we know that this man right here is not Jesus Christ. All right, now I'm gonna jump back. I'm gonna jump back to Deuteronomy 28 and 68. All right. Deuteronomy 28 and 68 says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Okay, so you gotta stop right there. You gotta figure out what, when he say he gonna bring us out of Egypt again with ships, what do he mean by Egypt? Because we was in Egypt when we were getting enslaved by the Egyptians. When Moses freed us, we just walked out. You know what I'm saying? We didn't leave by ships when we was in slavery over there. So now you gotta figure out what he talking about when he say when he gonna bring us into Egypt again with ships. So Exodus 20 and 2 says, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. So Egypt that he referring to in that verse mean bondage. So when he's saying that we're going to go again with ships, he's saying we're going to go in bondage, but this time with ships. So how we got over here to Babylon, America? We got up here with ships. So he's saying he's gonna send us over here with ships this time. He said we gonna send it over here with ships this time. So when it says, by the way thereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there we shall be sold unto your, and then there hold up, Salakia. Let me see. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bond men and bond women, and no man shall buy you. So when he said, so it tell you right now, we got enemies. You know, a lot of people like to say, you know, we all the same and all that. No, we're not all the same. We have enemies. Everything not okay. We have enemies in our land of slavery right now, in our land of captivity that we in right now. The Most High just said we'll be sold into our enemies. Who are we sold to back then? Who were our ancestors sold to? Who was our ancestors sold to back then? You know, so we were sold to white people. We were sold to white people. Look up the transatlantic slave trade, but they wasn't the only people that had a hand in us. Look up the transatlantic slave trade. It tell you who all had a hand, and they would say that we Africans. They say we Africans, but we not Africans. Us and Africans are two different people. We are not Africans. Now I'm finna get a verse. To prove that we are not Africans. The Bible put a difference between the Egyptians and the Israelites. I'm finna get a verse right now.
Yeah, you guys were put on the shores of Africa.
Right.
When these white people came, they took you guys.
How do you know that? How do you know about
We
that?
are taught that.
How do you know about
We are
that?
taught that.
How do you know about
We are
that?
taught that. History in Africa, they teach you from zero.
Wait a minute, they taught you that in Africa?
Yes. Here they don't teach you. They teach you right where they want you guys to know.
So the whole time our people over here thinking they're Africans and we're not Africans.
You are true Israelites.
Oh, okay. So y'all know that over there now.
Yes, we do. You are true Israelites.
Oh, okay. So y'all know that over there now.
Yes, we do. You are true Israelites.
Oh, okay. So y'all know that over there now.
Yes, we do. That's why you see, if I take your skull and my skull, they're different, but we get the same skin.
Oh, okay. So you come from Ham. Who's your forefather?
South
Ham?
Africa, yeah.
Ham.
You guys from Judah, right?
Right, I'm from the tribe of Judah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, I appreciate that, man.
No problem.
Okay, bro. All right. Come back and talk to us
Use the
sometime.
word. People need to know.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Exodus 11:7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord does put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. He said that because he said that because we look alike. Yeah, we got the same features. You know what I'm saying? We look alike. We got the same skin, got the same hair, but we not the same people. We're not the same people. We move different as Africans. Africans will tell you, real Africans will tell you that we're not the same people as them. We not. Africans had us in the slavery. That's why they say Africans were selling other Africans. No, Africans were selling Hebrew Israelites into slavery. But they're not gonna say Israelites. That's why they say Africans. Just like Chinese and Japanese people. They look kind of alike. Yeah, they look alike, but are they the same people? No. So us Africans, yeah, just like with us Africans, we are not the same people. So Africans had us in, all the other nations that are not Israelites had us in slavery. The Africans, the East Indians, the Chinese, Japanese, the white people, all of those people had us in slavery. So they would be your enemies, because it said you will be sold unto your enemies. And all those people sold us. So according to the Bible, all those people that are not Israelites that I just named, and it's more of them, they are our enemies. Israel have enemies. So for bum, no man shall buy you. So and it said no man shall buy you. So we not gonna get no man. Then no man shall buy you. People try to save us out of this cat too. We had Malcolm X, we had Martin Luther King, we had Louis Farrakhan. All those people trying to save us out of our captivity, but they can't. They trying to get us out, but they can't. Cause we broke the commandments. Only person that gonna be able to save us is Yahweh Shai. We gotta come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's the only way he gonna save you. If you ain't in no law, statutes, and commandments, you're going to be destroyed. According to the Bible, you're going to be destroyed in America, in the land of your enemies. So, I'm going to show you that the Most High has a chosen people. That all people are not the same. And you can about tell who the chosen people are, just how blacks and Hispanics. You know, we have that sauce. You know what I'm saying? We have that rhythm. We have that athleticism. Everybody want to be us. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want that season, that salt. You know what I'm saying? So, Deuteronomy 76, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that upon the face of the earth. So the Israelites are his chosen people. So he's saying we're supposed to be above all people on the face of the earth if we kept these commandments. we would have kept these commandments, we'd be above all people. We'd be above all people upon the face of the earth. And he said God had chosen these to be a special people, so he chose us. He chose a certain people. He chose a certain nation to be his people. You know what I'm saying? So, I got another one. 2nd Ezra 6:54. This is in the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha was originally in the Bible, but it was took out by the Roman Catholic Church, the Pope. They took it out because there were too many prophecies coming to pass that they didn't want us to know. So they took the Apocrypha out the Bible. But if you get to 1611, if I'm not mistaken, 1611, King James Bible, the Apocrypha is in there. The Apocrypha is in there. But some Bibles is took out of. So, but 2nd Ezra was in the Apocrypha. So you might have to get the Apocrypha, or you can just type in 2nd Ezra on Google and look at the verse. But 2nd Ezra 6:54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest, Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all. So it's saying, yes, we all come from Adam. Every body comes from Adam. Everybody comes from Adam. And it says, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. So it's saying, even his chosen people come from Adam. Everybody comes from Adam, even his chosen people. That's what it's saying. So 2nd Ezra 65, and 2nd Ezra 6:55 says, all this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. And 2nd Ezra 6:56 says, you gotta listen. As for the other people, now when he said as for other people, he's talking about the people that are not Israelites. He's talking about the people that are not his chosen people. This is what he's going to say, talk about them now. He's going to tell you what they are to him. He said, as for the other people, which also comes to Adam, thou hast said they are nothing. He's saying they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. So he's saying these other nations that are not Israelites are like spittle. Or like spit. So like when I just say when I'm talking, a little spit come out my mouth. This is what he's saying these other nations are like. He's saying these other nations are like spit, and abundant of them until a drop that falleth from a vessel. Like just say like I got a cup. Just say I got a cup of water and I'm walking, and just say I drop one drop of No, just say I got a bucket full of water, and one drop of water fall out and hit the ground. That's what he's saying these other nations like. You're not gonna care about that. You're not gonna care about that one drop that hit the ground. That's what he's saying these other nations are like. A drop that falling from a vessel. So he's saying he's telling you. This is why they took that verse. This is why they took the Apocrypha out of the Bible, because stuff like this. And you got 1 Peter 2:9. 1 Peter 2:9 says, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should know forth the praises of him who has called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. He said, but you're a chosen people. He keeps saying chosen. That means everybody can't be chosen. Everybody can't be chosen. So he's saying you are a chosen people. So he chose a certain people to be his chosen people, the Israelites. And you got Psalms 82:6-7. I have said ye are gods. He said we are gods. We are gods on earth. We are gods of this earth. You know what I'm saying? So when somebody say I'm a god, when a black or Hispanic say I'm a god, you can say that. You can say you're a god because the Most High called you a god. He say, I have said ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. He said, all of you are children of the Most High, but ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. So now we're gods of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Back then we were gods. We are still gods now, but he said we're gonna fall like men. We're gonna fall like men because we didn't keep these laws, statutes, commandments. We're gonna fall. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna fall now. We're gonna die like men. You know what I'm saying? So Joel 2:27, and ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel. He didn't sign me in the midst of everybody. I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God and none else. So he's saying that he our God and nobody else's. That's what he's saying. I'm the Lord your God and none else. So he telling you right now that he's the only God of the Israelites. And my people shall never be ashamed. He just called us his people. We are his people. He's not saying everybody. The Bible not going to say that. You're not going to find that. And you talking about John 3:16, the breakdown coming soon to that, because I cut that up. John 3:16 breakdown. He's not talking about the whole world. You know what I'm saying? And he talking about his people shall never be ashamed. which are the Israelites. Israelites are his people. All right, and I'm gonna prove that the Israelites is the people. After I finish breaking down the chosen, I'm gonna go to who is salvation for, because salvation is not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Jesus didn't die for everybody. So First Chronicles 16:13. All ye seed of Israel, his servants, ye children of Jacob, his chosen ones. Who are the children of Jacob? The Israelites. What he just called us, his chosen ones. We the chosen. We the chosen. You can tell by genetic science will tell you that. Science will tell you that. That we his chosen people. They'll tell you how we different from everybody. You know what I'm saying? We damn, my phone finna die. It's a lot. We different. We different. Everybody can't do what we do. You got LeBron. You got Lamar Jackson. How he move. Everybody want to be us. That's why they hate us. Everybody hate us because they want to be us. But they can't. You know what I'm saying? Deuteronomy 14:2. I'm finna get Deuteronomy 14:2. Because Deuteronomy 14:2 a good one. Shalaki, I'm finna get it. 2. Shalaki. Deuteronomy 14:2 says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God, and the Lord has chosen thee to be a peculiar people upon himself above all the nations that are upon the earth." So he's saying that we're gonna be above all these nations upon the earth. You know what I'm saying? Because we come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All these people in the Bible that you see the Bible talking about, Daniel, King Solomon, David, those are our ancestors. We come from them. We come from the seed of them. So that we chosen. You know what I'm saying? It's in our blood. It's in our blood that we will be chosen, because we come from royalty. When we say we come from royalty, a lot of people don't know. When they say they come from royalty, a lot of people don't know that they come from royalty, like people of the Bible royalty. They don't know that. They just say they come from royalty, but they don't know they don't know how far that royalty is or where that royalty come from. We come from royalty. People of the Bible is us. We the people of the Bible. We the people of the Bible. Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans, Negro, and Indian descent. We the people of the Bible. So I'm finna show you who salvation for.
Shalom. Shalom to all the 12 tribes of Israel. And to you brothers and sisters, always want to give honor to Yahweh Bahashim Mashiach Yahweh Shai, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Talking about the curses that were put on Israel. In Deuteronomy chapter 28. I want to take your attention real quick to verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the Lord, unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all Salakia, guys, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Now, this is what he told us right here, starting in verse 16, what was going to happen to us from that day if we did not obey his commandments and statutes. All right. So he said, "Cursed shalt thou be in the city." All right. Well, if you look at us today as Israelites, we are the ones cursed in the city. The ones who call themselves Jews, are they cursed in the city? To me, they seem to be doing pretty well. Let's jump to Revelations real quick. Let's jump to Revelations. Let's go ahead and jump. Let's go to Revelations 3 and verse 9. "Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee." Okay, so who is this talking to? because we could go over to we could go over to Revelation 2:9, and it said, I know thy works and tribulation. Who are the only people on the face of this earth that are going through tribulation? All right. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty. Right now, the Ashkenazi Jews, they are not the Jewish. They are not going through no poverty or tribulation. They're the ones who are your Rockefellers and everything that own all these big merchant banks and everything, right? They run this globe, right? So how are they in poverty and going through any tribulation? They're not. Who on the face of this earth tribulation? They're not. Who on the face of this earth is going through tribulation? All right. And poverty. Okay. But he says, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy, meaning the lies of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Okay. So, cursed shall we be in the city. Let's go back to Deuteronomy 28, verse 16 again. Cursed shalt thou be in the city. We're cursed in the city every day, man. We live in the hoods. We live in the slums. We live in the ghettos. We cannot, our jobs will not allow us to climb up higher as some of us want to. We can't get higher paying jobs. We can't oversee a certain amount, right? Cursed shalt thou be in the field. That's what it's really talking about, jobs and everything, right? Cursed shall thy basket. Cursed shall be thy basket in thy store. Do we own our stores in our hoods? See? Who do we have to go to? We have to go to Ishmael, man. Ishmael, Moabites, Edomites, whoever, right? So this is how we are cursed in the stores, man. All right, because see, we were a thriving nation, right? See, so we supposed to be thriving, but yet we disobeyed. So now we got the curses put on us. See, this is showing who these curses fit. They only fit a particular group of people, all right? So this should let us know that we are the Jews that the Bible speaks of, all right? Let's go down to, let me see real quick. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. Okay, how did he smite us with madness? Well, first of all, don't we walk around mad and mincing, right? Mad at the world, mad at our brothers and our sisters that ain't even did nothing to us. Blindness, how are we blind? Well, scripture says blindness in part has happened unto Israel. How was that? Well, because there's another scripture that says they was going to take away our heritage, and so that Israel will no more be remembered. See, so we don't even remember as a people who we are. See, so that's how blindness has happened, and astonishment of heart, man. We don't even have a heart, man, towards each other, towards our people, man, as we had. See, now let me go ahead and go down to let's go down a verse. I'm trying to get to a verse. I think it's 40. Let's go to 41. Deuteronomy 28:41 says, thou shalt begot sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. Didn't that happen in slavery? Let's read 41 again. Who did this happen to? What group of people did this happen to? Did this curse happen to? 41 again, Deuteronomy 28:41. Thou shalt begot sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. This is what happened, man. Them slavery boats came, man, and took our people into captivity, man. This don't fit nobody else on the face of this earth but the true Israelites that the Bible is speaking of. We're talking about you and I, man. All right. I want to go to... Let's precept 41 with... Let's precept 41 with... Let's go to 48 and 49. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. Now wait, how do we serve them? Right? Wasn't we put on ships, man? And wasn't we made to be servants, slaves? What is slaves, man? This is how he said we was gonna serve them. In hunger, who do we go to? Who owns these grocery stores? And thirst. And nakedness. We don't have our own shops. Even if we brand something here, we still have to get the threading and everything from a supplier. Who owns these grocery stores? And thirst. And nakedness. We don't have our own shops. Even if we brand something here, we still have to get the threading and everything from a supplier. Okay? And all want of things, and he shall put a yoke of iron, that mean a chain, man, of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Then the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, in the end of from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. See? So all these things has happened, man. There's more, but I'm pretty sure my brother is gonna cover the rest. And with that, I say, man, we gotta come out of these curses, man. It was one more I really wanted to read though, because how it said that right here, 54. I'm gonna just read it and then forbear. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother. That's going on right now, still to this day, man. All these gangs against each other, not even really knowing that those are their brothers that they fighting, man. See? And sisters that they fighting, man. People want to claim Bloods, Crips, or whatever you want to claim, but y'all don't even know that we are of the same nation. We were put against each other in slavery, told to fight one another, and we're still doing it to this day. So this is a curse that is going on right now, man. Our eye is evil towards our brother and our sisters, man. Let me finish this out. And toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. Man, that's why we got single mother homes, man. We even got single father homes now, too, man. See? We got single mother homes, man. See? So we have to do better as a nation, man. See? Because these curses are upon us. And yes, it was helped out also by the enemy, by flooding drugs and guns in our neighborhoods in the late 70s, 80s, man. So with that, I forbear, man. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, man. Shalom.
Language and the form of the anger, but they were speaking truth. The Hebrew Israelites, God's chosen people, are what we call African American. Okay, they're not African and they're not American. They are God's chosen people, as well as the Indians and the Mexicans. And if it's the first time you're hearing this, you need to read the Bible. Because the proof is in the Bible, in genetics.
The only people that fit what's in this book of who it says that the true house of Israel is, the lost tribes of Israel. They're lost, you know, they say they're scattered. We don't know who they are. I know who they are. It's
Who are
clear. It's you guys. It's
What do you mean by you guys?
the folks that were sent through the transatlantic slave trade. The folks that are still in the lands of their captivity. Israel is in the lands of their captivity. There is no creation of the so-called Jewish state of Israel in 1948. That does not fit prophecy. There's people over there that call themselves Jews. They call their own selves Ashkenazi. If you go look at Genesis chapter 10, 1 through 5, it tells you Ashkenaz.
In the Bible were, and who they are in the earth today, which would be the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, the Native Americans, the Aborigines. No matter what you're presented with, you still want to dispute this and maintain your superior, pompous, arrogant attitudes. And it makes me sick. I come across these so-called biblically based websites, and listed for the 12 tribes of Israel are all European countries. What is wrong with you people? You should be ashamed of yourselves. After everything these people have been through at the hand of the white man,
Whoa, hold on, you must
slaughtered,
forgot.
ran off their land, sold into bondage, had their heritage stolen from them, would it kill you? Would it kill you to acknowledge the fact that these could be God's chosen elect? Well, evidently so. And unfortunately, in the words of King Solomon, there's nothing new under the sun. As a matter of fact, I'd like to read what King David had to say.
Hi, shalom, shalom from Israel. This is Ola, the daughter of Jethro. And I just heard that you black people that was stolen from Africa to America, that you don't know who you are. But you are the children of Yahweh, the children of Israel. And I'm telling you, you have to come back to your homeland, here to Zion, to Jerusalem, because us the Gentiles, we do need you. We need you to come and pray, because you are our saviors. You're the one that was chosen by Yahweh to live in this land, not the Jewish people, it's you. You were stolen from Africa, they deceived you, they told you that you are slaves, but you actually the children of Israel. And it's time just to come back. Come for your people, come back for us, come back for the whole Gentiles, because only you gonna save us.
Your Highness, we have not come to that part yet.